Hey YouTube, hey guys, this is Young Vintage Gamer here, and I do apologize for a certain video taking so long. I'm still working on it, but for now, I'm gonna make a video about one of the consoles that came out about 5 years ago in 2020. The same year the PlayStation 5 got introduced that I previously reviewed and did an unboxing video for. I also did an unboxing video for this console, so here we got the Xbox Series X console, and there's also a digital version called the Xbox Series S. Now, I'm just showing you a photograph of this one because I don't have the Xbox Series S, and I'm not gonna buy it because reasons that I'll explain along the video, the reasons why I'm not owning the Xbox Series S and why I only have this over the Xbox Series S. So let's check out what this console has to offer and dive into this console in a nutshell, and then show off what this console has to offer. The Xbox Series X truly begins with the Xbox One selling over 58 million units worldwide, and then the console line officially ceased in late 2020. And then in November 10th of 2020, the Xbox Series X, as well as its digital version, the Xbox Series S, were introduced at that time. Now, there were industry rumors about new Xbox hardware that started as early as June 2018, with Microsoft's Phil Spencer confirming they were deep into architecturing the next Xbox consoles at that time. The hardware was believed to be a family of devices under the codename Scarlet, including a low-cost version following a similar scheme as the Xbox One family of consoles, with with major emphasis, sorry if I butchered it, on game streaming and backwards compatibility. By March of 2019, further industry rumors had been led to speculation of two consoles within the Scarlet family under codename Anaconda. I might have butchered it. It's spelled Anaconda. Hope you know how to pronounce that. And the low cost Lockhart version. Microsoft confirmed Project Scarlet at its E3 2019 press conference. Microsoft said wanted a soft transition from Xbox One to Scarlet, with Scarlet supporting backward compatibility with all games and most hardware supported on the Xbox One. During a presentation at the Game Awards 2019, Microsoft officially revealed the design of Scarlet and its branding, Xbox Series X, as well as a late 2020 release date. After the event, Microsoft a Microsoft spokesperson said Xbox Series X was a fourth generation of Xbox hardware, which will be branded simply Xbox with no subtitle. Microsoft planned to detail the hardware specifications and launched games for the Series X at the 2020 Game Developers Conference and E3 2020, but the events were canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, unfortunately. Microsoft scheduled online presentations over the same days, March 2020, while the company planned to reschedule its E3 presentations. Detailed specifications were presented by Microsoft Digital Foundry and Austin Evans of Overclocked Media on March 16, 2020. In May and running until launch, Microsoft planned to have more digital events around the Xbox Series X and its games as part of an Xbox 20/20 series. This includes an Xbox Games Showcase on July 23rd, 2020, featuring games principally from its first-party Xbox game studio. So enough about the history. Let's take a look at my Xbox Series X that I happen to own. Now the form factor of this console is rectangularly shaped and more thicker than the Xbox One X. It's got the same, as you can see, it's got the same power button as the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. I guess they recycle the same button. It's got the disc eject button, the disc slot to insert discs. I like the green, fade on the vent where the fan is, because it gives off that green look that really gives it that Microsoft Xbox feel to it. It makes an Xbox seem, well, more like an Xbox. As you can see, there's a giant fan on top. You can also lay the console flat with these rubber feet in a horizontal position like this, which I highly recommend so dust doesn't go into the fan, but that's optional. You can actually stand it vertically just like the display or photographs with this stand that is internally built onto the console and stand it up like this, like so. Now the Xbox One S is a different deal entirely. The shape is almost the same, and it's almost like the mixture of the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. Now, I don't have the console, but I'm showing you a photograph with some clever editing. Here's what the console looks like, and as you can see on the photograph. So, I'm not going to go through all that trouble to buy an Xbox Series S, because it's the same thing as this, just with no disk drive. So much like Sony, Microsoft released two of the same consoles, basically. One with the disk drive and backwards compatibility with all three previous Xbox consoles, and one without a disk drive and less backwards compatibility with previous Xbox consoles. But you can only download the games digitally on the Xbox Series S. On the back of the console, it's got two USB ports. Let me zoom in. On the back, it's got an LAN port, two USB ports, a console lock to unlock the console, vent right here, HDMI port, a storage expansion port, and a power supply port. Now, the power supply does actually mimic the Xbox One X's power supply cord. The cord is identical to the Xbox One X, apparently. Now, I don't know why. I guess Microsoft recycled it as a cost-cutting efficiency, probably to keep the price of the console low. You can clearly see the internals of this console from within. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's one USB port and a controller sync button, but I mostly sync Xbox controllers via the back of the controller with its Type-C connector and plug it into the and then plug the controller into its USB port right there. So here's the controller that it comes with. It's no different than the previous Xbox One controller. The only difference is that it has this button. I don't know what that does. Let me know in the comments what this button does. Now, the only difference is, and a big noticeable difference, is that the controller looks different. It doesn't have that indent or whatever it is like the first Xbox One controller has. It's got a circular D-pad, which doesn't feel like an analog stick, but does feel like a traditional D-pad. The controller is more comfortable to hold than the Xbox, and much like the previous Xbox One controller, this controller is definitely better than the Xbox 360 controller, where the battery compartment's in the center, but it's more tucked in. It's got a headphone jack. I don't know what that does, but I think it hooks up a headphone gear. I don't have it. Unfortunately, it broke. It's got analog sticks, A, B, X, Y, menu button, share button, 2 trigger buttons, 2 bumper buttons, sync button, and this controller uses 2 AA batteries, but that's optional. You can actually use a rechargeable battery and plug it into a rechargeable station, or do the same thing as me, buy rechargeable AA batteries on Amazon, which is what I'm going to do in the future. Yeah. Now, I'll give you some examples of what kind of games I have for this system, and also mention what games are backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Now, I got games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now, I haven't played this one yet, so don't get mad at me. It works on both Xbox One and Series X. I don't have any Series X exclusives, unfortunately. Elden Ring, same thing. But this console is also backwards compatible with Xbox 360 games, but not all of them, such as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2. I don't have the game with me right now, but yeah, it's backwards compatible with both of these games. And it's even backwards compatible with original Xbox games such as Fusion Frenzy, which is Microsoft's take on Mario Party. Now if you really want to know the size difference, I'll show you an image that I found on the internet that'll show you the size comparison between the two consoles. So you guys will get the idea about the differences between the two consoles. So the difference in sizes between the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series X is 15.1 centimeters by 15.1 centimeters by 30.1 centimeters, and the Xbox Series S is nearly 60% smaller than the Series X, and the Xbox Series X supports up to 8K, whereas the Xbox Series S only supports up to 1440p with 4K upscaling. And obviously, the Series X has a disk drive that supports 4K UHD Blu-ray drive, whereas the Series S doesn't have one. The Xbox Series X has more memory than the Xbox Series S, which is 1 terabyte of memory and capacity of SSD, but the Xbox Series S only has 512 gigabytes of SSD. And the prices on the Series S is $300, but the Xbox Series X is $500. And the Xbox Series X has an 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU at 3.8 gigahertz, 3.6 gigahertz with SMT enabled, whereas the Xbox Series S has the same thing but with 3.6 gigahertz at 3.4 gigahertz with SMT enabled. And the GPU is an AMD RDNA 2 GPU 50 CUs at 1.825 gigahertz, whereas the Xbox Series S, same thing, just with 20 CUs at 1.565 gigahertz. And the GPU power is 12.15 T-flops, whereas the Xbox Series S is 4 T-flops. And last but not least, the Xbox Series X has 16 gigabytes in GDDR6 RAM, 10 gigabytes at 560 gigabytes, and 6 gigabytes at 336 GB. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And the Xbox Series S has 10 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, 8 gigabytes at 224 GB, 2 gigabytes at 556 GB. Here's the back of the Xbox Series S, and the ports are no different than the Xbox Series X, so you guys kind of get the idea. So in conclusion, what do I think about both my console, the Xbox Series X, and the Xbox Series S? Unfortunately, the Xbox Series S seems to be on the weaker side compared to my Xbox Series X. So I'm not sure if getting the Xbox Series S would be a good decision, even though if you could be the type of person that would prefer to own a console where you can just download games and not own a physical copy of the game, even though that console might have backwards compatibility digitally, but not physically. I say this console has more power than the Xbox Series S. The Xbox Series X has more power than the Xbox Series X. Yeah, so sorry Microsoft. You tried to do the same thing as Sony, but I guess it didn't work out. Yeah, if the Xbox Series S had more memory than the Xbox Series X, who knows? The Xbox Series S would have had a more balanced market for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. So I say the Xbox Series X might be a more reasonable option as far as getting an Xbox console for today, though I heard rumors that from my friend that they're gonna release a new Xbox console sooner or later. I don't know when it's gonna get released or what the new Xbox console is gonna be, but if you guys know what it is, let me know in the comments. But for now, I'm gonna tell you that according to my research, the best games to play on the Xbox Series X would be a good reason to play an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series S would be to play games like Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite, Halo Master Chief Collection, Elden Ring, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Doom Eternal, or Resident Evil 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, one of my favorites. Resident Evil 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, or Destiny 2, or Resident Evil 4, or The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, or Monster Hunter Wilds, or even EA Sports FC 24 if you're a sports fan, or Gears 5. Those are probably the best games to play. That's not all of them, but there's a bunch more that might be a reasonable reason to play Xbox games on the Xbox Series X. Now, I will mention to you there will be exceptions on the Xbox Series X's backwards compatibility. If it's a light gun game like House of the Dead 3 on the original Xbox, it will definitely not work because you may think, oh, the light guns don't work anymore. Well, the problem is, in order to play light gun games, you need an old school tube TV like this for the light guns to work, or else the light guns for the Xbox or the NES or the PlayStation 2 or numerous consoles that use these things will not work with TVs like this or smart TVs that you happen to own. So, sorry, I don't make those things. That's just the truth. Even the guys at Play and Trade at my local video game store told me otherwise. And not all Xbox games are going to play on this. I even tried playing Family Guy Back to the Multiverse on my Xbox One X, and the console doesn't seem to recognize it, so you have to download the game digitally, unfortunately. But it will definitely play some of the older Call of Duty games on Xbox 360 as well as Xbox One, like Black Ops 3 on Xbox One, Black Ops 2 on Xbox 360, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Ghosts. Basically every Call of Duty game you could think of that were released in that generation. So yeah, I think Call of Duty would be a reasonable title to play on the Xbox Series X, which is the reason why I play Call of Duty games on Xbox instead of PlayStation now these days. So, because of the backwards compatibility. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more videos like this, and be sure to smash that like button if you like what you see here. And also comment down below, which version of the Xbox Series do you prefer? Do you prefer the Xbox Series X, or do you prefer the Xbox Series S? And furthermore, what is your favorite Xbox game to play on either one of these consoles that you like playing the most? And don't forget to hit the notification bell, and don't forget, if you're a horror fan, check out my other YouTube channel, Donnie A Horror Story 96, for horror content and creepypastas, and I'll also appreciate if you check out my other videos and share both channels and share both videos with everyone you know. This is Young Vintage Gamer here, signing off. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention. I'm gonna try to leave a link in the description below that'll take you to Microsoft's website that'll show you which Xbox games are backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X. This is Young Vintage Gaming here, signing off.